the stock market and crypto industry just took a massive hit, leaving everyone asking the same question: when will this chaos finally end? In today's video, we'll break down what's happening in the economy right now and dive into something totally unexpected. Jack Dorsey openly admitting that XRP might have outplayed Bitcoin with a smarter strategy. For years, Bitcoin enthusiasts overlooked one key element: utility. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Tired of fake gurus who claim to be expert traders but never trade live? I trade live on the second largest crypto exchange, where everything is transparent and results can't be faked. For over 440 days, I've consistently closed every month in profit. In the last 90 days alone, my followers have earned over $34,000 in profits with only 4% drawdown. Verified results, not empty claims. Want to see my verified stats? Click the first link in my profile and start copying my trades for free today. If you want mass adoption and a powerful network effect, utility is the name of the game. There's a lot to unpack here, so stick around. You won't want to miss this. Let's kick off this video by diving into a fascinating new clip of Jack Dorsey sharing what he sees as one of Bitcoin's biggest potential failures. And honestly, it's something I've been talking about for a while. Over time, Bitcoiners have shifted the narrative around Bitcoin. It started as a peer-to-peer payment solution, but now it's been boxed into this idea of digital gold. To me, that's a risky move. Why? Because it turns Bitcoin into something people just stash away, forget about, and never use. Sure, that might work for some, but it's a terrible strategy for staying relevant. Financial tools thrive on innovation and utility. For any network to achieve mass adoption, it has to offer real-world utility, gain traction with major financial institutions, and filter down to everyday users. This is where Bitcoin struggles. While it was groundbreaking as an asset, today it feels more like a digital collectible. And here's the issue: most collectibles don't achieve mainstream success. Bitcoin needs to stay dynamic and useful, or it risks fading into irrelevance. Some people love collecting them, but they haven't become a part of everyday life yet. That's where I think XRP has a real shot. Ripple's approach of driving a top-down network effect to spread the XRP ledger globally has always felt like the right move to me. Instead of expecting individuals to dive into blockchain tech, create new payment apps, and start paying with digital assets, why not work smarter? Ripple's strategy integrates cryptocurrency networks into the back-end systems of major financial institutions. This way, end users don't have to change a thing. They can keep swiping their credit cards, using their debit cards, and enjoying what's familiar, while quietly reaping the benefits of cryptocurrency without even realizing it. Now here's the twist. I came across a fascinating clip of Jack Dorsey, the ultimate Bitcoin maximalist, making a point about this exact idea. It's ironic, because while he's all in on Bitcoin, he inadvertently highlights one of its biggest flaws. I want to share this video with you and break it down, because in my view, it makes a strong case for XRP's future. Pay close attention to this. Now, imagine a future where Bitcoin has failed. How does that happen? I think it fails through irrelevance. It simply stops being meaningful in people's daily lives. If Bitcoin only serves as a store of value and nothing else, it loses the ability to stay relevant. For Bitcoin to matter every day, it has to evolve into a payment system. Without that, it risks becoming something people buy, forget, and only think about in emergencies or when they need cash. Without an everyday use case, it just drifts further into irrelevance. And honestly, that seems fair to me. This ties directly to something Brad Garlinghouse said a while ago, and it's more relevant today than ever. In my view, this is one of Bitcoin's biggest flaws. Can you honestly imagine a world where your friends are paying for their groceries with Bitcoin? Or where the US government decides to ditch the dollar for it? What about countries worldwide abandoning their sovereign currencies for Bitcoin? It's not just unrealistic, it's something most people don't even want. We're already seeing a shift away from that idea, and I'm not sure most Bitcoin enthusiasts even realize it. Think about it. By labeling Bitcoin as digital gold, aren't we admitting no one wants to spend it? Who spends their gold? It's a store of value, not a means of payment. Why would you use your precious store of value to pay for everyday things when you could just use something else? Jack Dorsey nailed it. This path is slowly taking Bitcoin to a place of irrelevance. Meanwhile, the XRP ledger. It was designed with a completely different vision in mind. The creators of the XRP ledger understood a simple truth. Payments would likely remain rooted in fiat currency. That's why they introduced issued assets, a game-changing feature that allows fiat currency, and practically anything else, to be issued directly on the ledger. They recognized that governments wouldn't swap their national currencies for assets like XRP or Bitcoin, and honestly, Who wants to pay for everyday items with something as unpredictable as a volatile cryptocurrency? Sending money should be straightforward. No mental math to figure out how much Bitcoin equals a cup of coffee. This is where Bitcoin falls short, but the XRP ledger shines. It's built differently. The XRP ledger is asset agnostic, meaning you can issue any asset you want on it, giving you the flexibility to transact in whatever currency or value you need. And while it's versatile, it still leans on XRP for seamless native liquidity, making it a powerful tool for modern payments. Imagine an entire financial system running seamlessly on the XRP ledger, where users might not even realize they're interacting with XRP. They simply experience the speed, efficiency, and transparency of a public blockchain. That's the real game changer for XRP moving forward, a vision the creators of the XRP ledger understood from day one. It was never about creating a digital asset people would buy, hold, and forget. Instead, it's about building a network packed with utility, capable of weaving its way into the fabric of the financial system and revolutionizing how payments work. Think of it as the backbone for a smarter, faster, and more connected financial world. That's the promise of the XRP ledger. Even Jack Dorsey, a staunch Bitcoin advocate, recognizes the transformative power of such a system. But here's the thing, the XRP ledger's creators, and its passionate community, were way ahead of the curve, realizing this potential long before the rest of the world caught on. We realized these deep network effects wouldn't come from mere speculation. Something far more crucial was needed, a functional financial utility to unlock the true potential of these networks. And that's where the XRP ledger and XRP set themselves apart from most of the cryptocurrency market. Ripple's strategy to integrate this technology with financial institutions, serving millions, if not billions, of customers is a true game changer. This highlights a significant challenge Bitcoin faces as it moves forward. Now, shifting gears to today's market activity, what a wild ride it's been. While the stock market saw a staggering $3.25 trillion wiped out, the crypto market quietly added $5.4 billion. It's a shakeout for the ages, and the contrast couldn't be more striking. This is something we don't see every day. Normally, when the stock market takes a hit, the cryptocurrency market crumbles right along with it, but not this time. What's happening now is truly fascinating. The crypto market is breaking away from the stock market's downward trend, and that is a huge deal. If cryptocurrencies can hold strong during this massive sell-off we're seeing across major indices, it signals a surge in demand so powerful that it's defying the usual market patterns. That's a game changer. It makes me incredibly optimistic about what's on the horizon once this wave of red subsides. Right now, though, the crypto market's movement is still tied to the stock market's slump. The sell-off in major indices is massive, and it's all revolving around one big issue: tariffs. I've broken down these tariffs extensively before, but here's the thing. When Trump first campaigned for office, tariffs were a cornerstone of his platform. Back then, many were bullish about his economic strategy. Fast forward to today, and we're seeing the market react in real time to those policies. The ripple effects are undeniable, but the way crypto is holding its ground might just be the most exciting part of the story. Just a few months ago, everyone was hyped about tariffs. They're going to be amazing, they said. Fast forward, tariffs roll out, and suddenly the tune changes. Now the headlines are all, "Tariffs are bad, tariffs are bad." The same people who were cheering are now panicking. Here's the thing. Nobody seems to be stepping back and analyzing this from an economic perspective. Instead, they're just reacting to market noise, letting emotion cloud judgment. But if you take a closer look at the actual economic impact of tariffs, it's not the doomsday scenario people are predicting. In fact, I think tariffs could be a game changer for the US economy. Why? Because they'll push companies to reinvest in American infrastructure, and that could spark massive long-term benefits. Tariffs could be a game changer for jobs and revenue in the US. Here's the idea. Every time you or I buy something, we pay taxes. So why shouldn't foreign companies pay a tax when they sell to the US? It's a smart way to bring in additional revenue. Sure, there are debates about inflation, but let's not forget, during tariffs 1.0 under Trump in 2016, inflation didn't take a major hit. But here's the bigger picture everyone's missing. Tariffs are a bargaining tool. Take today's big news from Vietnam. They've agreed to slash tariffs to zero in exchange for key deals with the US. That's the power move tariffs bring to the table. Instead of painting this as a no-win scenario, maybe it's time we see tariffs for what they really are: a strategic lever. The real story here isn't just about taxes or trade wars. It's about negotiation and long-term advantage. Things are looking grim for the United States, no doubt about it. But here's the kicker. I believe there's a deeper game being played behind the scenes. Now, as you're processing what I just said, you're probably wondering, why is he even bringing this up? What does this have to do with cryptocurrency? Exactly. It doesn't. Not one bit. The crypto market is throwing a tantrum right now over something that, honestly, I can't even figure out why it matters. And if you're asking yourself the same thing, maybe it's a sign. Maybe this is one of those times to take advantage of discounts in the market. But hey, don't quote me on that. This is just my perspective. You've got to make your own calls. But here's what I'll say. Whenever there's a wild disconnect between how assets are priced and the flimsy catalyst causing it, my ears perk up. That's usually a signal to look closer. Thanks for listening, and I hope you found this update thought-provoking.